Headlights on the highway. If you only knew, being back here always makes me think of you. When the world is sleeping, do you think of...
Hello and welcome back. It is a stormy, blustery, cozy day outside, and in my neck of the woods, that means cookie baking weather. I have wanted to be quite a few things since I was a little girl. At 8 years old, I knew that I wanted to be an author, a dream that I still have today. And for most of elementary school and middle school, I dreamed of doing something with horses. And I do still really want one as soon as we have enough land that it makes sense. And for 7 or 8 years, I really desperately wanted to be a professional actress. Before I ultimately decided that as much as I love the art form, I really couldn't hack the lifestyle. Too much stress, too much subjectivity, and auditions were the absolute bane of my existence. And throughout all of it, I had nebulous dreams of opening my own bookstore. But truly, when I think about it, my oldest dream was to stay at home. This is so funny to me, but I have incredibly distinct memories of being in the car with my mom on the way to school when I was in 3rd, 4th grade, and looking out of the window at some of the retired people who lived in the neighborhood, who were minding their business, walking their dogs, getting the mail, and I remember thinking, man, that is the life. But truly, I could not think of anything better than getting to stay home with my family. I was craving that mother bear lifestyle way before it became a trend. In my dreams, I would get married and become a stay-at-home mother and a wildly successful author who could show up to work every day in her home office wearing fuzzy slippers. And so, when it came time for me to go to college, I declared my major as English. And during my freshman year, I discovered that my university actually had an option where you could pursue a dual degree program in which you were able to pursue a bachelor's and a master's concurrently. So I had followed my heart with my major choice, but I had the extraordinary opportunity to round it out with an MBA program. And I was able to finish that master's mostly under the umbrella of my scholarship. And while college was extremely stressful for a multitude of reasons, both personal and educational, I really loved both subjects. And one of the coolest things that my MBA taught me is that business definitely requires a set of skills, some of which are obvious, some of which needed to be more directly explained to me. But ultimately, it is not rocket science, and it can be implemented in a variety of places. So yes, it could absolutely help me in my dreams of being a self-published author and a small business owner, but it also had great application for homemaking. Homes have their own economies. They have monthly and yearly objectives they need to meet. And while homemaking, especially in recent years, has been presented as an alternative to a career, and it does absolutely come with the benefit of flexibility of hours and the ability to work from the comfort of your own home, it is a job, and just like any other job, it requires a set of skills and a series of tasks that can often be relentless. On the one hand, it's been nice to see more and more people coming to see homemaking as its own job rather than just glorified unemployment. But it can sometimes be presented as an extreme political statement when it is not an extreme lifestyle at all. Homemaking has always been an essential job in every time and every culture. Dishes, laundry, cooking, and bills demand attention. Regardless of whether you're a full-time homemaker, you work part-time, or you work full-time in an office or a trade. Homemaking is one of the most ancient human professions. I think as long as modern humans have been around, we've been looking for ways to make life a little softer and more streamlined. And even before that, I'm sure that Neanderthals were devising methods of making their caves as cozy as possible. But while homemaking is labor that everyone must do, at least in some part, it doesn't generate income, and so is often less valued in a modern market economy. But that doesn't make any of it any less valuable or any less necessary. 150 years ago, moving back in with my parents and my grandparents, along with my husband, would have been typical, or at least not anything that anyone would really bat an eye at. I talked in a previous video about World War II and how that led to the rise of the nuclear family, and thus the falling out of fashion of multi-generational living, and how that incrementally contributed to life getting more expensive because every nuclear family now needed their own lawnmower, their own car, their own house. And especially over the last 50 years, that became really hard to maintain on one income. You don't need me to tell you that the cost of living is only going up, and that full-time homemaking just isn't achievable for a lot of people. If my husband and I had not moved back into my family home, his full-time teaching salary would not be sufficient for us to live on. One of the biggest blessings of multi-generational living is that it lightens the mental and financial strain on everyone. Several people are bearing the weight of the mortgage payment and the utility payment and grocery costs and. And so each of us has just a little bit more space to pursue goals and dreams rather than just simply focusing on what will pay the bills. My husband is able to continue teaching, a job that he dearly loves, but which is certainly not overwhelmingly lucrative, despite it not being infrequent for him to work 60 and even 70-hour weeks. And I am able to help my mother and my grandmother with the incessant demands of housework, gardening, and pet care. There is always something to clean, put back where it belongs, meals to make, and laundry and dishes to take care of. It never ends. And when we establish a family farm, as we're hoping to do very soon, the workload will only increase. But more on that in our next video. And I am able to pursue things like writing books and building a YouTube channel, which, while both incredibly fulfilling and wonderful uses of my time, are never guaranteed to make any money. And we're in a very fortunate position where that's okay. They don't have to. I've mentioned before that family dynamics are as complicated and unique as families themselves. Some families will not be able to live multi-generationally because there's just not enough space for everybody. And some people simply wouldn't want to in a million years. Me and my husband may be living your worst nightmare. And I pray that everyone has the ability to choose the lifestyle that best suits them and their needs. But I started this channel because this lifestyle has been such a blessing to all of us. For one thing, I still get to eat my dad's waffles for dinner at 25. But it's also meant less stress and more companionship for everybody in the house. It's given me and my mom the ability to be co-homemakers, and we truly do act as co-managers of our home. We plan meal schedules, planting times, vacuuming, mopping, etc. And of course that means we are busting our butts on a regular basis, but the objective is to make our home feel as much like Bramley Hedge or Little Women as possible. And we do a pretty good job, if I do say so myself. It's hard, but really fulfilling work, and it means that those of us who work outside of the home have less to worry about when they get back to the house after a long day. And it was hard for me at first to work a job that doesn't make income. Although I certainly would if I was doing any of these tasks for someone else's home and not our own. Or that I wasn't properly using my degrees, as if education is ever a waste. And taken at face value in the 21st century, moving back in with your family to become a homemaker just isn't that impressive. it could definitely be seen as a failure of choice, rather than a choice in and of itself. But even if I wasn't writing books or interested in content creation, this would still be enough. It is timeless and important work, and I only have to look around me and a little ways back in history to see it. The importance of domestic work is often underestimated, but it truly is one of the pillars of civilization. While Henry David Thoreau was writing amazing literature during his time on Walden Pond, his mom was cooking his meals and doing his laundry. All of the great thinkers, inventors, writers, what have you of history had similar invisible support networks behind them because these tasks are essential. Somebody had to cook the Last Supper. And I am so grateful that I live in the 21st century and I had the agency and opportunity to choose this for myself. And I'm so grateful to live in a multi-generational setup where many hands make light work, and where I'm surrounded by the stories of my great-grandmothers and their mothers and their mothers and how they went about homemaking. In the words of Mary Chapin Carpenter, one of my very favorite singers, in her song Family Hands, raised by the women who were stronger than you know, a patchwork quilt of memory only women could have sewn. The threads were stitched by family hands, protected from the moth, by your mother and her mother, the weavers of your cloth. Thank you so much for stopping by Posey's house, and we hope to see you again soon.